Good morning, my fellow Malaysians. This is Dr. K.N. Singh from JB again with some comments on what's going on in the country. We've seen people charged for sedition in the previous governments. People like Syed, the blogger from Melbourne, and Claire Newcastle Brown from Sarawak, who cannot come back to her native Sarawak because she made statements about Najib and 1MDB when he was Prime Minister and was charged for sedition. Here we have a situation where Hadi, who is the leader of the Islamic Party PAS, openly goes and says in a ceramah in Maran Mosque that it's okay for people to topple the government. What happened to Section 124B and Section 124I, under which Claire was charged for making statements under Najib? How come this is not invoked now? Under 124B, it is a criminal offense to commit an activity detrimental to parliamentary democracy by any means, directly or indirectly. And this is punishable by a prison term of about 20 years. Section 124I states that any person who spread false reports by any means which are likely to cause public alarm commits an offense which is punishable with a jail term of up to 5 years. Now, Hadi went against the wishes of the Sultan of Terengganu, who told him to stop giving political speeches in mosques. This warning was given by the religious department of Terengganu under the direction of the Sultan. Hadi deliberately ignored that and gave a ceramah in Maran Mosque saying it was okay for people to topple the government, showing his followers that he didn't care what the Sultan of Terengganu said. The people can bring down the government, that's true, but this can only be done through the ballot box, as this was done in the 2018 elections in Malaysia, where we brought 60 years of UMNO rule down. You cannot go up on stage and say people can topple the elected government. That is sedition. I feel Hadi should be charged for sedition, but being a Malay and the head of a religious party, he probably will not be touched. People are watching him disrespecting the Sultan, and he seems to be getting away with anything he wants to do. Now, this is indeed a challenge for the government, but something must be done, or the credibility of the government and the sultans will be eroded by Hadi, who thinks he's the savior of the Malays now that Tun Mahathir has been unceremoniously dumped by the people of Malaysia when he lost his deposit. Tan Sri Muhyiddin has also been charged in court and has now become irrelevant. Now Hadi has a free run with the emotions of the Malays who were misled by the UMNO for the last 60 years and now have to face the reality that it was their leaders that were corrupt and they thought only about stealing money from the Raya. Hadi was taken to court by Claire Newcastle Brown, but he settled out of court with $1 million settlement as he knew he would lose and dirty linen will be aired in public. It will be interesting to see what the government does next, but I think Dato Sri Anwar has very little option but to arrest Hadi, though it will cause an uproar in the Malay community in Malaysia, but this arrest may also be construed as Dato Anwar trying to silence the opposition, which is definitely not true. Unless something is done about Hadi, the credibility of the Sultan and the government will be eroded. So let's see what happens next. Until we meet again, this is Dr. K.N. Singh from JB. Thank you for listening and please feel free to leave your comments. Bye for now.